Okay, so today we are going to start a new chapter, that is choose positivity. It's very interesting because positive thinking is a very known concept, but how deep we can go and realize and implement that, maybe that is what actually author is sharing with us. So let's reveal what is there in the store today. So one of you please start. Take the
Yes,
lead.
Vikas ji.
Yeah.
May I?
Yes, yes, please.
Chapter 5, Choose Positivity. Learning to lead when you are not in charge is not a linear process. Your identity is always evolving. Becoming a leader doesn't follow an undergraduate course catalog. There is no 101, 201, or 301 course flow that takes you through developing the depth of character, confidence, and composure required for good leadership. It is more of an ongoing process, running parallel to your professional development. You never graduate from the responsibility of leading yourself. Of course, that is a lifelong discipline. And the good news is that you are never too young to begin, and you are never too old to pick it back up. Just because we are moving on to the next chapter, don't turn the figurative page on allowing God to develop a deep rooted sense of identity based on what He says about you. And please do not turn the page on the challenge to lead yourself. Those two foundational pursuits provide the tracks for the locomotive of leadership. When I experienced that moment of clarity in Andy's office a few years ago, I resolved to become the leader I wanted to be, the leader I knew I could be, and the leader God calls me to be. To do that, there were some practical behaviors that needed my attention and intention. The next few chapters unpack those behaviors and they will help you develop into the kind of leader who can effectively lead others even when you are not in charge.
Great.
Pers-
Thank you.
जी
Thank
जी
you so much.
ओके
So let's pass the turn to someone else. Ankita ji, you want to take over from here? Perspective is everything.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, very much.
Hmm. Perspective is everything. I have a certain way in which I see the world. You have it too. Every human on planet Earth does. It's what makes us unique. When I was in fourth grade, I remember getting a sticker of a thumb that read, I am thumb body. It's true. And so are you. And what makes me the thumb body? I am is how I the world. I'll the top with that for now. One of the greatest differences in the way each of us sees the world is in how we define the word vacation. My wife Jenny and I couldn't be more different on this. I want to see new places. She wants to lie on beach and read a new book. I want to get to the airport just before they shut the gate. She wants to arrive 2 hours early. She wants enough time for them to actually change our gate to a different gate. I would like to be goosed by the jetway door as it closes. Oh, hello, just in time. I want to put on headphones and listen to music on the plane. She wants deep, intimate conversation, just barely loud enough to be heard over the hum of the plane. On our honeymoon, just after I put my headphones on, she pulled them out with a confused look. I thought we were going to talk. Oh, but of course, let's talk. I want to eat myself sick all week. I would like the last morsel of cheesecake to fall into my mouth just before I fall asleep. She wants to work out every day. I can't sleep past 7 a.m., even on vacation. Jenny doesn't want to even think about getting out of bed before 9 a.m. You are welcome to circle the ways you see vacation, just to prove how right I am. Then send me a screenshot so I can share that with my wife and show her how right I am. Despite what she says, the way I think about a vacation is obviously the right way to see it because it's the way I see vacation happening. I'm only half kidding about this.
Create for view change on this one. So you need to go here again. Click on the variables and you can see
Sorry, sir. In Seven Habits of Highly Successful People, Stephen Covey says, we see the world not as it is, but as we are, or as we are conditioned to see it. How we see the world has less to do with the way the world is and more to do with the way we are. This this situation at work that's frustrating you might have more to do with you than the situation itself. And to understand how to effectively work and lead under someone else's leadership, you have to understand this matter of perspective.
Okay,
I
great. Fine. Thank you. So last two paragraphs, let me complete and then we'll take it up again tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a off. I have my daughter's birthday. So Monday again we'll be meeting. I think Covey's next comment is also worth noting. We must look at the lens through which we see the world as well as the world we see, and that the lens itself shapes how we interpret the world. When we are trying to understand our role and how to find satisfaction in our job, even when we lack the power of authority to affect change, we must first look at the lens through which we see the world. We must first look at the lens through which we see the world. This is very important because that decides our perspective. I deeply believe this is true. How do I know? Because somewhere in this grand world, there is someone who has a similar skill set, educational background, and the amount of experience as you is in a similar job at a similar church or organization, has similar challenges, and actually likes the situation because of the way he or she sees it. There is someone somewhere facing a similar situation and is seeing life with a lens that allows them to have more influence, excitement, and contentment. You can either let let that frustrate you, or you can learn from this personally. I choose to learn from it. Choice is ours. How you see your world shapes your world, and you have a say on how you see it. It is we who have the complete control unless until we take the control. Otherwise, there is no control. We are just flowing in an automated mode. Okay, so let's revise. Any quick takeaway from today's chapter from any one of you?
Yes, Vikashji, the chapter is about positivity, and one line is that is the lifelong discipline. Positivity should be lifelong discipline. This I am much impressed by this line. Actually, it helps a lot in our how we live. It can be the art of life, actually.
Very true. Lifelong discipline has to be there. Without discipline, it is of less use. Yeah. Then the author is saying that perspective is everything, and this is very true that each of us sees the world in how we define the world or how is our perspective. Examples he has given like same vacation, he has a different meaning, but his wife has a different meaning. He easily gets up at 7 a.m. even on vacation, but his wife not even 9 a.m. Similarly, he is a little introvert whereas his wife wants to have more conversation. That is also a little bit to do with human nature, means the nature of the man versus the nature of the woman. That is also contributing to this. So there are many ways. Actually, the same words have different meanings. That means we see things from different lens. And the same thing also, Stephen Covey says, we see the world not as it is, but as we are, or as we are conditioned to see it. As we are conditioned to see it means we have conditioned ourselves or the environment where we grew or where we are from a longer time. The people whom we are meeting and associating from a longer time, we got conditioned, and that condition has created the perspective with which we see the things, but we don't see the things as they are. So the more and more we understand fact and realize it, we will be trying our best to see the things in its actuality. That is very important. How you see your world shapes your world, and you have a say in how you see it. This is also a very important line. So why it is important to see the things as they are? Because how we see that is going to shape that is going to shape our world.
It impacts our world, in fact, yes.
Yes, yes. My daughter was going, and when I see how we see the world, she said, "Yes, that happens."
Yes.
So I want to
Yeah.
ask whatever is
Yeah.
mentioned here, how can we implement in our daily routine, like, or or it is just like reading?
Yeah. So one of the things which we can do is to calm down before we create a perception about anything. Like suppose someone is saying something to us, and when someone is saying something to us, generally we take it on our ego, and we get angry, and we cannot see the thing or whatever the other person is saying as they are, but our ego makes it diluted, and how we have conditioned ourselves, that way we see. So the best way could be to pause and think from a think from an unbiased manner. And if I am in that shoe or in the person's shoe, how I would interpret. So when we ask this question, we will not be in the clutches of the biases that we generally have. And this is also a little, it needs a good amount of practice, because on a fine day, this will directly happen. No, that might not. So it needs actually practice. The more and more we do this, like calm down and respond but not react, try to see the things from others' perspective, and do meditation on a daily basis and calm down. That helps us to calm down easily in any kind of situations. And when we are not influenced by our emotions, it is easier to see the things as they are. These are the few things. There are many more methods also we'll discuss as we proceed in this book.
Okay, sir.
Okay, great. Then thank you all for joining, and tomorrow we are taking a pause, and again we'll meet on Monday.
Yes, thank you, Vikashji, and best wishes for your daughter's birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Vikashji. Bye-bye.
Bye.